What's up, everybody? It is me, DDP. Wait, no, that's a different guy. I am Adam S. If you don't know me, I'm the GM, the awesome Copperheads, the dad, all-around curmudgeon, shit stirrer, general, this guy. Whatever this means in your religion or personal philosophy. Week 1 of the NSFL was the other day. Week 2 is in a couple hours. Or secretly happened this morning, actually, but it's in a couple hours. But not secretly because we know about it, and that's a misuse of the word secret. So, show off this painting. This, my wife made me a birthday gift. She set this up. I'm making sure this isn't shot. Here we go. It's just so good. So she only started painting a year ago, and figured out she had some talent, because she always loved it. Just read some books and watched some videos, and now she's doing stuff like this, which apparently involves sponges and stuff to do all the crazy little things like the light in here on the pages, and she just hung it up one day, and the love of my life, I will forever be yours. May this inspire more books. Selah. Which is weird because her name is Mary. No, that's not true at all. My wife's name is Selah. It's awesome. Hangs right, as you can tell, it's right there above here, and this is where I do my writing. So it's just looking up at, well, I'm thinking about storylines and characters and other stuff in terms of what I've been writing for the last couple of days. It's been awesome, and I love having it there. It's amazing. So I wanted to show you guys that. It's very cool. Sorry, I'm thirsty. Daisy the dog, one of my two co-hosts, is over there napping on the chair. What? You want to come over and say hi? You know it's your time, right? Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. One of the great things about why a Vidcast is great and not fucking stupid is that your co-host dog, actually gets to appear on camera. And, we don't, listen, if you go find a squeaky toy, you can play with that shit. That's right. That's the kind of household we run here. Yeah? We're getting the cat soon. You don't know. Anyway, week 1 was in the books on Monday. Week 2 is tonight. We've got some stuff going on. I don't even know what's on the schedule week 2 for most of the leagues. I'm going to go look that up right now. Because I've been mostly focused on the Copperheads. We obviously had a big week. I'm assuming the questions I got are probably going to touch on that. If you didn't listen to my co-GM Joe K's podcast the other day, he touched on it. But for those of you who are trapped in the woods or at a rave in Georgia in the middle of the woods that you flew to, which is a thing a friend of mine really did. On this week, I speak clearly. Everything has come to light. We as the Copperheads traded Blake Fox, or Blake Foe, to the New Orleans second line for Braden Ennis, because his name sounds the way it's spelled. A lot of things went into this. A lot of people interested in it, so I'm going to wait to touch on it because it's important to lead up to a good touching, and also people might ask about it. I should have been using that time to double check the schedule for today, but I did not do that because I'm a genius. By the way, I literally do have a genius IQ, and I generally only bring it up when I do something stupid. Just to remind people. Doesn't really mean shit. Yeti at Hawks. Interesting, especially since the Yeti came out strong. Obviously, that's a Hawks win. I'm gonna do predictions this week. That's what I'm gonna do. You're gonna watch me do predictions. You're not gonna watch me. You're gonna listen to me and hear me clicking. All right, paste. We're gonna go Hawks at home. That sounds like a good one. Butchers at Wraiths. That's probably a bloodbath in favor of the Wraiths. Otters at Liberty. Sorry, Liberty. I am at liberty to discuss the fact that you're going to lose to the Otters, even though you're at home. Copperheads at Outlaws. That's a tough one. It's a very tough one. I don't. Ugh, that's tough to pick. We beat them on the road last year. Fuck it. Copperheads. Still feels like a cat. Second line at Sabercats. No, that's the second line. Good for y'all. Okay. Yeah. That feels right. Let's throw a DSFL logo underneath my predictions just to confuse anyone who didn't listen to the podcast. Don't tell them. Boom! I'm gonna actually get some points this year, this game, this week, today, this time. But yeah, week 1 is in the books, as I've said 3 times, because sometimes you can tell when somebody's stalling to get to another page now that I'm actually doing it. We had Baltimore beat the Wraiths. We had Yeti beat Liberty barely. Butchers beat the hell out of the Outlaws. Orange County beat the hell out of the Sabercats. And New Orleans beat us in a really close game, but it honestly wasn't as close as it appeared. We scored a touchdown. There's a random bell. There's not a bell in my house. I don't know why I just heard a random bell. Maybe class is over or it's lunchtime. Yeah, that was a home game for Orange County. That makes sense. Our game with NOLA wasn't as close as it appeared. There was obviously there's the whole long touchdown by Django called back, or long touchdown called back because of holding on Django. But to be honest, it was a 10-point game until a minute and a half were left and scored a touchdown. Kind of meaningless because this game is really not good at short time period scoring drives. So no 2 minutes. Daisy, it's literally next door. She barks when the door knocks next door. Daisy, honey, just let people live their life. It's okay. She's a little high strung. I almost named her H.O. But you know what? To be honest, with it being a road game, with the second line being somebody we're going to be competing with for a playoff spot this year, I feel this was a game that would have been great to win, but it's not surprised we lost. Kept it close. That's really all you can hope to do in games like this in the sim when you're on the road against a decent opponent. Cole had a great game. There's that. Threw 3 touchdowns. 4 of them, really, if you count the one that didn't count. And we should always count the things that don't count when it's convenient to us. That's what we do as human beings. That's not a specific, at anybody. That's just human beings. It doesn't count when I don't like it. But other than that, we had a nice, exciting first week. Things are just moving. We only had one person go over 100 yards, and it was against us. Which is weird, because that really shouldn't happen. Especially since he had a really good average. Damn. That's not something you see every day. The sim usually has a cap on how many yards you can have at your level. And once you pass that cap, it's usually about 150 for receivers and running backs alike. Your effectiveness goes way down. The sim will literally make you slower with less endurance and be worse at other things. So to have 34 rushes, to go over 150 yards, Forrest Gump had 164, and to still average 4.8 yards a carry, that's pretty fucking crazy. I wish he hadn't done it against us. Our run defense really should have been better than that, but you can't win them all. You really can't. You can't win them all. Somebody was telling you, hey, you can win them all. No. One guy tried to catch them all. He couldn't do it. Probably because he was 10 years old. And mostly he was sent out on a journey so that his professor could bang his mom on the slide. There you go. That's your review of Pokemon, the entire series. Or, I don't know how many series it is now. But yeah, we've got a interesting, different season shaping up, which is nice. We got lots of things going on. We got someone attempting to ban the forward pass. It's crazy. Lots of stuff's going on. But with all that said, let me go to questions. And then I can't remember already if I mentioned this 5 minutes ago, but if nobody asked me about the trade, I'll go back into it a little bit because it's something I want to talk about. There you go. Because it's exciting. It's nice to talk about exciting things and good roster moves, and also because as a team GM and as someone who comes to you regularly and talks to you and tells you how I feel about things, big decisions like that are made. I feel I should be consistent and talk to you about my big decisions, so you understand. Because there may come a chance at one point or not that you might have to decide to play for me or not, and it's good if you have all the information. So, with that said, let me scroll to the top because God forbid you open a topic and it scrolls to the bottom immediately for no apparent reason. I'm not going to read my own post about it this time. It's a throwback to last week. Alright, here we go. Bacon Brother. Mr. Mertzy. Mr. Maurice Vertanen. The joys of living in Vegas. It's mid-October. The air conditioner's coming on, even though we have the house set to like 77. Okay, anyway. Do you feel the first week changed anything in your thoughts about the strong, weak teams in the league? Not really. The Arizona game was a little bit of a surprise, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. And even then, it's not necessarily about strong or weak. It's sometimes the sim is just with certain teams, and sometimes the sim is just against certain teams. And you will find teams have some form of bad sim luck in a particular season. I think it's because the people who made the game don't completely understand what their own code does. And that's not an opinion, by the way. That's a fact borne out by people asking questions and the people who designed it and built it answering things that we've found that are clearly wrong. They don't completely know what their own sim does. Which is nice, because why would you want to know that? But no, I feel we're right about where I think we're going to be. San Jose sucks. Philly sucks a little bit less. And then there's kind of a mess. And then at the very top, you've got like Yellowknife and Orange County. So, boom, boom, and then in the center. That's the official technical term. Feel free to write that down. Early predictions for MVP or Rookie of the Year? No. Well, first of all, we get 2 Rookie of the Years. We get an offensive and a defensive. And I think I did this. No, I didn't. I just said who's gonna make an impact. That was the question from last week. I think twice. Early prediction for MVP: Corvo Havran is the reigning MVP, and I don't see anything that says he shouldn't continue on that path. Bigsby's got a shot, I guess. I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. That's right. I repeated that in reverse. I checked for defense, but we all know that defense doesn't win MVPs. So that's just how it is. Rookie of the Year offensively, I'm gonna stick with Bex. Defensively, I think it's a race between Matt Gaines and Xavier Adams. That's what I said last week. I'm sticking to that. Sticking with my guys. But we will see. We will see what else happens. And honestly, we're still working on trying to figure out how to better quantify different positions on defense, because we're not very good at that thus far. I think I talked about it last week a little bit, but the fact is D-line doesn't get enough love at all. The intricacies of each position as they work in the sim don't get enough consideration. There was a defensive end who was a defensive end for a long time, and he had knocks against him that he wasn't high up enough on the sack list, even though defensive ends don't really get sacks as much. Stuff like that. We need to be more in consideration of things like that. More in consideration of where do you stand on the all-time list for your position, not just in general. If you were stranded on an island with players, would you take with you? What 3 players would you take with you? So, like, I can choose between the member or the player? One has to be from HO. Why? One from the Copperheads. And one can be anyone not from the previously mentioned 2 categories. Ooh. I'm gonna take. This is tough. This is tough. I'm trying to figure out here. Do I want to take somebody from HO that I'm gonna enjoy hanging out with, or someone from whom I feel like the league would benefit from them being gone? It's tough. It's tough. One from the Copperheads is also tough because I like so many people. And then the one neutral is, who the hell would I even take from the neutrals? Ooh, this is actually a tough question. I'm gonna come back to your question in a second and answer your other question. Have you ever been to a sauna? Yes, quite a few times. And if not, would you want to go? Is that an invite? And hopefully you haven't been to those wannabe saunas. They suck. Oh, well, in that case, probably no. I've been to saunas at, like, the gym a bunch. They're nice, but I haven't been to, like, a place that's just like a spa and a sauna. That dog is really upset. My entire complex is just dogs. So, not something you see all the time, but one dog gets riled up, you hear about it. I guess I haven't been, but yeah, I'd love to go get pampered at like a spa and sauna type shit. Fuck yeah, do my nails, do my hair, put the avocados on my eyes and shit. Fuck that, hell yes. Do I get champagne and shit? I hear that happens sometimes. Yeah. Drinking while being pampered? Fucking yeah. Alright. The Copperhead I'd take with me is. We're on an island. I want to fucking survive, right? So that cuts out a lot of people. In general, not just the Copperheads. So I need somebody that, like, can really do things. Hang on. Does anyone work in construction? I just know somebody's like, that's cheating! Yeah, it's blatantly cheating. I can touch my nose with my tongue. Don't know. This one has really tripped me up. I'm gonna go forward. Oh man, that's tough. I'm gonna come back to that question before I end the podcast. So put a pin in it, Mercy. Raven, it's early days, with the results of week 1 going to change how you approach the rest of the season. Yes, I was gonna do it this way, but now I'm gonna do it this way. I feel like this is gonna really give me a strategic advantage. Really work on it. No. I have a general idea for how I want the season to go and how we're strategically going to approach the season, and I'm going to stick with that. How do you project your current team? With a projector, I assume. You've entered the contending stage. We're knocking on the door of contender stage. When is it your time to win? Next season. I feel season 19 is when our dynasty really kicks into high gear. It's been pretty open about that. I think everyone knows how I feel about the situation, and if you don't, then now you know. Tell us more about your doggy. Oh, we gotta ask about you. She's napping. That's what she's asking. What's going on? Daisy is what's called a Chiweenie, we think. Most likely she's... Not most likely. She's definitely got some terrier. She's got some Chihuahua. She's got some Dachshund. She's got features from all three. She's got personality traits from all three. She loves carrots, celery, meat. Loves meat. French fries sometimes. She goes nuts over tuna, especially tuna juice. She is a total lap dog. She barks when the neighbors get their door knocked on. She fucking loves kids. Pretty awesome. She's 4. She's cool as hell. She's a cuddle dog for sure. She tells me to go to sleep sometimes if we can cuddle. Yeah, she's great. Also, because you asked me, rank the NSFL podcasts. I'm number 1. Joe's number 2. If you had a vidcast, it would be better. And then you're number 3. And then nobody else has a consistent one yet. So, there you go. There's your answer. Yeah. Thank you, Raven. Ooh, Raven. Raven is my random person that I would probably take. Raven and then Dermot from my team, because that makes sense, and I would love them interacting. And then a member of HO would be Dwyer. There we go. Raven, Dwyer, and Dermot. There's the answer. Oh my god. That would be fun. I'd probably have to kill people at some point. But that would be fun. Especially since 2 of them are from places where tropical island. It didn't say tropical island, but let's assume it's probably the furthest from anything they've experienced. And the third one's from fucking Middle America. So that would be fun. That would be interesting. Yes. Yes. Different personalities too. So okay, there you go. Moody. How has the swapping of Fox for Ennis had to change your defensive tactics? What benefits does Ennis bring being over Fox? Alright, fine. In terms of defensive tactics, we had one plan. And in what we were going to do in terms of bringing a 4th person down from the linebacker core, of which we had 4, right? To play defensive tackle. And 3 of the 4 linebackers on our roster said, yeah, let's do that. You know, let's mix it up. And the 4th one didn't. And 3 who said yes are still on the team, and the 4th one isn't. And that is part of the reason, believe it or not. Benefits Ennis brings over Fox. He said more than 4 things in the locker room in a week, so that's always nice. He lets you know up front if he's interested in sticking around for a long period of time instead of playing coy and then immediately signing a long-term contract somewhere else. He's active. He's excited. He's enthusiastic. He goes out. He talks to people in the league. He brings a lot of things locker room wise that are just amazing. And from a strategic standpoint, he helps a lot in terms of game planning, obviously. In terms of being a super young player, this is only his 2nd season. In terms of long-term strategy, like when I retire and recreate, or what we're going to do when Cusella retires, things like that. Having that extra steady presence in there, and pairing him up with a pure rookie and Thunderbugs player, JCB, is nice to get that sort of core at one of the most important position sets in the game. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Really appreciate that. Do you have any more trades up your sleeves? Maybe. I don't like to trade active players who've played games for the team. I'm 99% sure I haven't done that. So that's something I try to avoid. I may not have that luxury forever. It is what it is. But for the moment, I don't have any trades up my sleeve. But we'll see. I have other sleeves. Describe each member of the Copperheads War Room with one word. Oh, this is good. With one word. Okay, I can do this. Okay. Okay. Well, technically, I'm in the war room, so asshole. I'll use the same description that my co-GM used about me in one word. My co-GM, Joe. Combustible. Yeah. Beaver. Sly. Dizzy. Stalwart. Dermot. And Cusella. Just low-key. Which is one word because it hyphens together. So that's one word. There you go. That's an English lesson. To an Englishman. That feels wrong. Anyway, thank you for the questions, buddy. Oh no, I did answer that question. I did answer like in the back of my brain, I'm still like, am I still working on that question? No, I answered it. All questions answered thus far. Saba Donut. What do you think of Joe calling you out on your head? I'm glad somebody else heard that. For those of you who didn't listen to Joe's podcast, he was talking about, somebody asked him about us doing a podcast together, and he mentioned that I'm hairier than him everywhere except my head. Which is weird. But, doesn't bother me. I like being bald. I do. I'm bald by choice. Something I did a year ago. And some people can tell you that I used to have some crazy ass hair, but I just decided I didn't like anything to do with my hair. And took a bic to it about a year ago, and I just fell in love instantly. So I don't mind Joe calling me out on my head because I love my head. My head is amazing. Any surprising results in week 1? I think I already covered that actually, because traditionally I have to accidentally cover something somebody asked about, as it was written, so let it be done. Will Austin make the playoffs? Probably. Or to use a great where is it? Oh, where's the damn quote? I'm gonna get the quote wrong. To quote Kill, you bet your ass I might. Thank you for your question, Saba. Upper net, Mr. Gaines. Which player in the NSFL has the best name? Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I don't know. Because there's so many good names. So many good names out there. And there's so many, my favorite of all time that everybody knows that didn't make it was Ass Pancakes. I still miss the original name of Jalen Broxton and Speculadora, which was Poopy Face Tomato Nose. The name that my wife, who's not even over there, so I don't know why I pointed over there. She's over there somewhere, picking up her daughter. The name that my wife was sad is gone. Herb. I like my own. Thick Wizard. That's a nice safe answer. It doesn't require me to scour the entire roster set of 10 teams. Or 16, 14 teams, 16 teams. I assume bots would count. You get invited to a game show and have to bring 2 Copperheads with you. Why do I keep having to bring people? What's with bringing people? Who do you bring? Run and Dizzy. I feel like they have like the broadest set of random knowledge that's different from my own. That whatever the game show is, I feel like we get the best shot. 'Cause Joe and Dermot are too up here somewhere where they'd blow the game. And they'll both tell you that. Dermot would get on Family Feud or some shit and like argue with Steve Harvey or something. Yeah. Dizzy and Run for those reasons. Rank the NSFL teams from best color schemes to worst color scheme. It's actually a 9-way tie for second place between every team that's not the Copperheads. Are you mad at Butters for scaring Okura out of LR? Yeah, I went back and read about that. I don't think he scared him out. I think it's still just a joke. And I'm not going to be mad at Butters unless it turns into not a joke. And then we'll have a conversation. Thank you for your questions. SLM, what are your current views on other GMs? Best and worst. Most fun and least fun. Best looking. Me. You asshole. He knows what he's doing with this question. First of all, best looking, I don't know how you look. So obviously, since I'm the only GM that anyone knows how anyone looks, the answer is me. I'm the best looking GM. You're welcome to prove that I'm wrong. Oh wait, I know how one other GM looks, and I'm still the best looking, clearly. So yeah, view on other GMs. You just wanted to see how like hard I'm gonna couch my answers, didn't you? We've got some good GMs. We've got some great GMs. We've got some okay GMs. I don't want to give too much away because my feelings about various GMs tie into negotiations, trades, how I run my team at a very meta strategic level. My favorite GM that's not myself is Swag Sloth. Everybody probably knows that. So there you go. Most fun and least fun. You and Swag Sloth, that other guy, are probably the most fun. I think we have the most fun for sure. And you and I obviously have our own. So here's the thing that a lot of people might not know is, or might not remember, is that SLM and I were in HO together. So you could literally have times, and this isn't a random example, these are things that actually happen. You could literally have times where like we're in 3 separate conversations in 3 different places, and like we could be in HO chat going at each other because we disagree about a rule proposal or something, and we both argue really hard. So we'd be doing that, and then we'd be like in another channel like GM chat, fucking like shit posting about memes or some shit, and then be off in general both arguing with a third person while we're agreeing, and it would be like simultaneous that all of them were happening. It's a fun and interesting relationship. Least fun is that one person. Thank you for your questions. Even though I know you were just typing like, I'm gonna be a dick because I know he's not gonna really want to answer all these. That's what I would do. Bex, is there a time limit on fortune cookie predictions? That is a really fucking good question. I'm guessing that it depends on the particular prediction. Some predictions are immediate, some aren't. If it's like, go live your fucking best life, then that's clearly not, you know, something that is just confined to the next 24 hours or something. You know, I don't know. It really, I'm gonna say it depends on prediction, and use your best judgment, or use my best judgment if you don't trust your own. That's always a good idea. Thoughts on the Rule Summit results? I'm glad we got the equipment change, and I fully intend to push for the awards committee in the future. I wasn't cogniscient enough to really push for that this time, because I was doing other stuff. So, like the equipment purchase change is a rehash from a rule I proposed last year that got passed this year. I wanna push for the rule for the awards committee for next year, and part of it, I think the suggestion was a little vague, so I want to put together a more specific suggestion and then present that And then if I don't feel like the voters are into it, I'll just cheat and present it publicly, and then get the league behind it, and then present it as a rule to where you're kind of an asshole if you vote against it. Which is what we do all the time for various things, and just nobody says that out loud. But are you excited for the incoming Core 4 podcast featuring Dylan Deluxe, Isa Starcross, Hallmonitor, and Vex? Kinda, yeah. I got more excited as that went along. Core 4, huh? Alright, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm excited. I'll listen. I love to listen to the podcast. I love it. There's a podcast I still missed because the two guys who were brothers who did the podcast together just disappeared off the fucking face of the earth. Immediately, Baltimore got sad right there. They know who I mean. Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. Thank you for the questions. Ennis, Squanch, my boy. Am I better than Fox? Yes. Why and how? I kind of covered this a little bit. Also, will you sign this piece of paper that definitely doesn't give me your power of attorney? You wouldn't even be the person I would choose in the league for that. There's like 3 additional people who are in some way down that path. Net Gaines is volunteering to be my choice for the island because he knows how to cook. How would that help us, though? Ooh. Dermot, you're out. I'm sorry, you're out, Dermot. Kill is in. He's a medic. I mean, that speaks for itself. You're in, buddy. I'm not going to tell you in the chat, but you can hear it later. I made my decision on camera. Y'all can hear it later. I think I typed y'all with 2 Ks. Yeah, no, I got 2 Ls. Yak can hear it later. That'd be fun. Last question from Jacob. Hello, Jacob. How you doing? Good on you for taking that thing. I posted questions in rookie chat just before I started, and a rookie jumped in. That's awesome. Somebody's gonna be the first scouted person from season 19, and it's me. Thoughts on the SJJ, the sweet James Joseph versus Jacob Andrew Jr. rivalry happening in the DSFL, if any. I like the DSFL rivalries. They're usually interesting. They pump up some activity. It's a good thing. I love it. And you guys seem to be pretty entertaining with it as well so far. So it could get a little old at some point, depending on whether or not you guys change it up a little bit. But for the moment, it's great. I really appreciate it. Really like it. Keep it up. Keep being active. Keep doing your thing. And honestly, this league is so much about what makes it fun for you. So if having this rivalry with other players, something that makes it fun for you, fucking pursue that. Because that's awesome. I might need a wide receiver soon. Who knows? Okay, anyway. Those are my questions. So I did cover the topic I wanted to cover, which was about the trade, because why we made the trade I think I covered, but not the things that went into it. Joe covered that a little bit, but Ennis came up on the block and talked about it in the locker room a little bit, and I thought it was a good opportunity. So I spoke to Juosu, and basically our conversation, once we started really talking about it, was basically, here's my risky project, I'll take your risky project, and we'll both work it out. That's pretty much how it goes sometimes, and this is one of those times, which I think is going to be mutually beneficial long term. And other than that, yeah. There have been some jokes about trades in the locker room since then, and I enjoy the jokes. I also try to make sure people know that I'm not just trading people for no reason. So, yeah, there you go. That's the last little bit I didn't cover, and it's getting to be about that time for me. So, saber cats. Oh, that's a good one. We drink our own urine. I do. Absolutely drink our own urine. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go do some stuff. Go to work. It's my Friday. Anything else to add? Video podcasts are awesome. You got anything, Nancy? Nope, she has covered herself. She does that. Well, from me, from the Copperheads, from my painting, my awesome painting, which is now not straight but was before because naturally that's what happens. I'm going to bid you adieu, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!